Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to add a new accommodation section. Now the accommodation sections are used so that people can print out a list of accommodation for a specific area. So you'll see these if you go to, we're going to add to the England Coast Path. So if we go to the England Coast Path northeast and go to trail information, and then in these FAQs under exploring the trail, there is a question which is, where can I stay on the trail? And that here is where we can print a list of accommodation. So this is where you direct anyone to if they wanted to print out a list of accommodation. And here you can see these sections that are already in. Now what we haven't got yet is any sections for the Lincolnshire piece, which is what we're going to do next. So what we need to do is go to the dashboard and go to accommodation, add accommodation section, and we've got a little form here. Now I've got a screen open here with the section that I want to add so that I can work out what I'm doing because it's too difficult otherwise. So I'm going to add from Mablethorpe to Sutton-on-Sea, on Mablethorpe, Sutton-on-Sea down to wherever that is, Anderby Creek. So I'm going to call this Mablethorpe, Sutton-on-Sea to Anderby Creek. Is that spelled right? Yep. Okay, now because this is in a tiny box, I'm just going to save it as it is for now. So I'm going to tick England Coast Path Northeast and I'm going to add it. And that should then appear at the top here in the list. So I'm then going to edit it and I get a much bigger screen. So now I can see my map here. Now the map, when you start, is always centred on Southampton because that's where the Ordnance Survey is based. So you need to zoom out and we need to zoom back in onto here. So I want to cover the whole of the open section. So it starts up here, just below the seal sanctuary, which you can see on here. So I'm going to use this drawing tool and draw. So I'm going to draw across the gas terminal, out into the sea. Doesn't matter, it's not square at the moment because we can adjust that. And then I'm going to go all the way down to Anderby Creek and I'm going to draw there and then I'm going to come in here and then I'm going to go back up. Oh, that's not very good. Okay. And complete that box. So now we've got a really not very square box, but if we zoom out we can drag the points so we can get them how we want them. So I might actually pull that a bit further out to include a few more of these campsites that we've got on the coast, and just move that one down so it picks up more of Huttoft. Bring that one in because there's nothing out in the sea. So that's my first section. So I'm going to save that, update it, and that should now be saved. So I need to just remember where I've gone down to on this one. So I'm going to update that. Go back to categories, which will take me back. So it's now in this list. We can't see it at the moment, but I'm now going to add the next one. So the next one is going to be from Anderby Creek. We'll go down through Chapel St Leonard's and Ingold Mells. So we're going to go down to Skegness, but not include Skegness. So I'm going to do Anderby Creek to Skegness, and I'm going to, it's England Coast Path Northeast, add, and then edit, and then zoom out from Southampton. Oops. Go up to Lincolnshire. You can see Anderby Creek, and I drew on the grid line so I know where I was. So I'm going to draw on here, and I'm going to go down to just above Skegness. So I'm going to pick this grid line here, number 65. Complete the box and then zoom out so I can look at what I've got. Let's pull that one out a bit. and that'll do. Update. Back to categories. So now we're down to Skegness on here. Oh, actually, Skegness is the end of that, so I might actually just extend that box so that it covers all the way down to the end of the coast path. So I'm going to actually change it. I'm going to edit that so it does actually pick up the whole of Skegness. There we go. Update. Back to categories. Now to check we can see those, we can search by this a search here. It's not brilliant, it doesn't always work properly. But we can see Anderby Creek to Skegness has now got 3 accommodation. It automatically allocates the accommodation to the right section, so we can see it's there. Mablethorpe to Anderby Creek's got 5. So they've worked and they've put the accommodation in. So that is how we add an accommodation section.